Nigel, a tough one to take, but on reflection, did you get what you deserved tonight?
I thought at 1-1 we're very much in the game, and I thought we were having the better of it. Missed a great chance with George Lapsley to go 2-1 up. I thought just at the key times in the games tonight, we're 1-0 up, pretty comfortable in the first half. Nathan Bishop makes a very, very rare mistake. That lets them back in. And then we were under the cosh a little bit early on, late on in the first half and then early on the second half. Then we put Hawks up front, we took the initiative, and if we get that second goal, you never know what happens. And then 2 minutes or so before they scored the second one, they sliced one onto the crossbar. So I would say they're the key incidents which meant we didn't get a result tonight.
Defensively at the back, when you look back at those 3 goals, you won't be wanting to watch those back in too much detail, will you? Because I think it was a show of misfortune and mistakes in certain areas.
Yeah, all 3 of them. So the first one's Nathan Bishop. Second one, I think 3 of them have gone for the ball, and none of them win it. I don't mind if they all go for the ball, but somebody's got to win it. And there's no need, I don't think, for Faz Rawson to be going for it when the other 2 are challenging. Then we're a little bit unlucky again with the ricochets after that. Bish makes a good save, comes back, I think, off JJ or whatever, and he ends up tapping it in. So I don't think things are particularly going for us. We're not playing fantastic, but certainly spells in the game we were good enough tonight.
And when you reflect on that, we got a fantastic start with Reece, perhaps against the run of play, but was that a way that you wanted to try and play tonight, try and get in behind, knowing that Port Vale pushed their 2 centre-halves quite high up the pitch? Yeah,
well, they play 3 centre-halves, so the 3, so it was just getting him with his pace and exposing it. Kieran Wallace played a great through ball, and we get the 1-0 lead. And I thought we were pretty comfortable after that until the goalkeeping error.
Yeah, and then of course the second half, and for a while it's going quite well when you move Ollie Hawkins up top. What was the thinking behind that? Were you perhaps thinking about doing that early but wanted to see how it sort of settled at the start of the first half?
Yeah, at the start of the second half when you're 1-1, let's see how it settles down. Didn't think we'd got the initiative at all. So therefore we thought, well, let's get 2 up top and see what happens. Once again, try and be positive, try and win the game. And that wasn't the reason we didn't win the game. As I say, it was a missed chance and then a defensive error. But that's the way things have gone in the last couple of games for us. We've gone from a spell of where things were running for us, and deservedly so, to now we're making errors and being punished for them. We probably made 1 or 2 errors in the unbeaten run we didn't get punished for. At the moment we're getting punished.
How do you respond to that? How do your side bounce back from that?
Well, they've got to clear their heads in the next 2 days and get ready for the weekend and try and win break the record of 11 consecutive home wins. I hope we're having our dip. You know, we had 14 games to go. We've lost a couple now on the road at 2 promotion challenging rivals. So I hope that's out of the way now. We're going to do our best to go unbeaten in the last 12.
Was there a bit of a hangover within the squad from Friday night?
I think a little bit, and also with the injuries as well. Losing Matty Longstaff, who's got 3 and 3 for us, losing Quinny, losing Lucas Hawkins. And the only other change, we decided to give Elliot Hewitt a breather tonight, because I think he's played almost every game and mentally he needs a rest. So it was a combination, I think, of things.
Yeah, talk us through those changes in a little bit more detail. And you mentioned Longstaff injured, Hewitt rested. What about Stephen Quinn as well? He wasn't involved tonight either. Was he out injured as well?
Yeah, injured, yeah. The tackle early on in the game on Friday night at Tranmere, ankle.
Yeah, it's a massive loss for us as well. I think there's a stat, I'm sure we'll get confirmation on social media, but I think without Stephen Quinn we've only won, I think, 1 or 2 games.
Yeah, well, that's how important that when you lose your important players, you know. We've done unbelievably well in the run to be largely injury free, and now all of a sudden, you know, you pick up 2 or 3 and it makes a difference.
How are the players feeling in the dressing room? I know you've just had a quick chat with them, and how do they harness that feeling to bounce back on Saturday afternoon?
Well, when we've gone so long unbeaten, it often happens when you do lose one. That was why it was such a sickener to lose on Friday night at Tranmere. You know, you might lose 2 on the spin. That's why it's important that they just clear their heads now. And when we bounce back and we start again Saturday, that's all we can do. I think we've got another 3 tough trips after that on the road. So, but we've got to win Saturday.
Yeah, and that game vitally important, as you say, looking to try and beat that club record of 11 consecutive league wins to set a new record. But how important is the fact that after 2 defeats on the road, we are back at home where the fans will be vocal and they'll support your side from minute 1 to minute 90? Yeah,
I think the away games just caught up with us a bit in the last few days, having so many of them. You know, in the period, we did really well in some of the away games to stay unbeaten. But when you come to such 2 tough places as we've been, to lose in the manner we did, 6 goals. We've got to get back to not conceding goals. That's what we did really well in the last 8 or 9 games prior to that, and we have to get back to that. But lovely to be back at home on Saturday. Looking forward to it.
And a couple of things to consider going into that one as well. And I think the main one...
Just a couple.
Yeah, well, understatement perhaps, but one of them will be Ollie Hawkins up top. We saw him at Tranmere sort of change the game for us. He did the same a little bit today, and you've got John Joe O'Toole back there as well. Is that something which you'll certainly look at in training this week?
Yeah, we look at everything and consider all our options. That's the one good thing about the squad we've got. Provides us with lots of options. Too many sometimes, if I'm honest. But 1 or 2 people had opportunities to come back into the team tonight. Nigel Clough came back in, George Lapsley came back in. Look, Kieran Ollie's played well tonight in midfield. I thought he did really well. So pleased with his performance. And we said, with the run of games that we're having Saturday, Tuesday, people have to come in and they've got to be ready to come in for the odd game. Danny Johnson wasn't in the 18 on Saturday, got on the pitch tonight. So the whole squad, we keep telling them, the whole squad's going to play a part.
And another man that did tonight as well, so it's worth a mention for him, James Perch back in at right back tonight, his first game that he started since his injury as well. How's he come through and how's he faring out there? 'Cause you said in your press on Monday that he'd had that little bit of calmness for us.
I thought he showed that right all the way throughout the game, even in the first few minutes, him just behind us here, he brought one down and instead of just whacking it clear, he sort of plays it into midfield and I think it was a major plus from the night getting him back on the pitch.
And we move on to Saturday, as we mentioned, a home game. After the Stags fans have seen 2 consecutive defeats, how important is the message to stay with your side and to get big numbers to One Call Stadium on Saturday afternoon?
I hope they just back us as they have done all season. Win, lose or draw, just hope the backers. I don't think there's any question of that. We've had a couple of rough days, rough matches now in the last 4 days. It's important we bounce back Saturday.
And finally, what's your message to the Stags fans tonight, who were loud and vocal as ever? You could hear them right down the other end of the pitch tonight, who go home empty-handed.
Yeah, we all go home empty-handed. We went over 100 days without seeing your team lose, and we've lost twice in 4 days now. So it's an unusual feeling. Said on Friday, it's an unpleasant one. Don't want to feel it too often between now and the end of the season, for us or for them.
Has this team got enough in them? Has the squad got enough of them to bounce back and put it right?
We'll find out, won't we, in the next 6 weeks.